we have the La Villa Cardinals taking on the Santa Maria Cougars. It's a rivalry game as both of these teams are coming from a 2A district, just not in the same one. We have the Santa Maria Cougars coming from 2A1 District 16, which is compelled of Refugio, Freer, Santa Maria, Ben Bolt, Three Rivers, and Rivera Coffer. Where we have the La Villa Cardinals in their district, we have Algo Dulce, Fremont, Benavides, Bruni, La Villa, and Woodsboro. So these two teams are meeting right now in a non-district game to get ready for district coming up in the season. We'll be back after this.
We're Lady Vikings, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then, when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7.
All right, welcome back to La Villa, Texas, as we have a non-district matchup between La Villa Cardinals and the Santa Maria Cougars. La Villa led by Coach Danny Perez, who is off to a rough start this season with an 0-4 record, but they are looking to come out big at home tonight. Coach Perez is always a fired-up guy. I know he's going to have his guys ready to rock and roll. This season, they've dropped a couple games, like I said, 0-4, losing to Progreso, Three Rivers, Santa Rosa, and Monte Alto. But I got to tell you something right here, right now. Those games have not been decided by much. A play here or a play there decides at least 3 of those games for this Cardinal group. They're a young group, but they're led by quarterback number 15, Sebastian Lopez, who's a dual threat on the field as far as his legs and his arm. 27, Christian Ortiz and Damian Felix handle most of the running back duties. And receivers Manuel Solis and Chris Rivera have been known to be big playmakers for the Cardinals. On the defensive side of things, Roman Guerrero and Robert Rivera have been making some plays on the defensive side of the field. Last year's Cardinal group had a good-looking year. They were 9-5 on the season, 4-1 in district. They actually went on and won a by-district championship, beating Runge 35-25 before losing to Granger in the area playoffs, 40-36. So let's see what Coach Bettis will have for the boys this week. Santa Maria, on the other hand, coming back with a big group of returning players. They have 14 returning players, 8 of those on the defensive side. And right now, the defense for Santa Maria has been big as the season's gone. This young season, they're 2-1. They beat MMA 55-8, and they beat Fremont 34-0. Their one loss came to a Los Fresnos team that was a tough team. Last season, they made the playoffs, going 4-7. They were the 4th seed in last season's playoffs, losing to Shiner in the by district. Big-time players over there on the Kruger side. Number 3, senior quarterback Jesse Ortiz, who showed a lot of flash last week through the air, throwing for 102 yards and a touchdown. So Ortiz says that he knows that he's going to look for his open receiver. He doesn't have a favorite target. He says they're all my favorite. So let's see what Ortiz has in store for us tonight. Other guys on the other side of the ball, on the defensive side, we have two-way player number 77, Joaquin Sosa, who does the dirty duties on the defensive line and the offensive line. Number 57, defensive end, Rudy Flores. 22, linebacker, Gus Sandoval. Number 30, Marcos Sandoval, have been laying it down in the middle for the middle linebackers. And then we got big number 81, defensive lineman Nathaniel Rodriguez, who's also a big-time player on the defensive side of the ball. Last year in this was a close contest, Santa Maria and La Villa. La Villa beat Santa Maria last year by the score of 14-3. 14-13, excuse me. So we're looking for another classic here tonight at La Villa, Texas. And we're about 2 minutes away from kickoff. This is Real Sports Live. If you're just tuning in, make sure you like, share, follow. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Spread the word. This is Real Sports Live, and we'll be right back for kickoff.
From 12 to 6 on F Street in Harlingen, it's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor in Delhi.
Hi, we're the Lady Tigers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease.
Ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make it.
Welcome back to La Villa, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live, and we're about ready to kick this game off. La Villa Cardinals hosting the Santa Maria Cougars. We're about getting ready to kick off. Over on the Cougars side of the ball, we're waiting to receive the kickoff. We have number 7, Eric Castaneros, along with his teammate, number 10, Giovanni Diaz, waiting to receive the kickoff. Doing the kicking duties tonight for the Cardinals is number 50, Fernando Garza. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful night in La Villa. If you're around the area, you're bored, come on out to the ball game. We're going to have a doozy. Here we go. Good kickoff, fielded by number 7 for Eric Castaneros, who finds himself some room up the right side of the field. Is following his blocker. He's made it to the 50-yard line, about the 48-yard line, where he's met by a Cardinal, number 34, Robert Martinez. So a good little game, brings it back close to midfield for the Cougars. And now the Cougars offense takes the field. Leading the Cougars is QB number 7. Take that back. Number 3, Jesse Ortiz. Cougars waiting for the snap. In the trips left formation, hands off to his fullback, number 7, Eric Castaneros, who finds himself some room up the run on the right side of the field. Gains himself about 8. So Castellanos, with the carry, gives himself about 8 yards, looking at about a 2nd and 2. Cougars back to the line, ready for the snap. Ortiz waiting for the snap in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Castellanos once again, who finds a lot of room up the middle, and he's taken down by the shoestring tackle by number 27, Christian Ortiz. Castellanos had a good little run, takes it about 15 yards. If it wasn't for the shoestring tackle, he would have seen 6. Ortiz brings his boys back to the line, looking at a double set, one back in the backfield. Ortiz pulls back, looking for a man, cannot find him, and is taken down immediately for the sack. The Cardinals with the sack of the night, their first sack of the night, by number 32, Roman Guerrero. Guerrero got around that tackle and made himself a good little connection and finds Ortiz in the backfield, bringing Ortiz down for a big loss. Loss of about 10. Cougars back on the line. Ortiz shouting out the signals. Man in motion. Coming from the left to the right. Looks like a pitch option outside. Motion man, number 10, gets the ball. Finds himself knocked out of bounds. Giovanni Diaz gets the ball on a pitch out. He was our motion man. Gains about 10 back, but we're still looking at a 3rd and 10. Third and 10 for the Cougars. Ball on the Cardinal 28.
Trips right.
Ortiz brings his gentleman up to the line. We got a trips right. And we have some movement on the line.
Hey, watch the backside, man. One-on-one with RJ. I got it, number 2.
False start on the offense, bringing it back 5 yards. So now we have a 3rd and 15 for the Cougars. Cougars set up in a trips formation. Ortiz back in the shotgun with a single back next to him. Hand off to Castellanos once again. Castellanos bounces out to the right side. Gives himself a hard stiff arm, but not hard enough. Where we have number 33, AJ Contreras, with a big loss. The big tackle for the loss. So now the Cougars have 4th and forever. So big time play for the Cardinal defense. They racked up negative yards on that. The Cougars came out, had a big run, and then the Cardinals answer right back with taking those yards back. But it looks like the Cougars are going to go for it. Coming out in a trip set, Ortiz drops back looking for a receiver. He decides to take it up the middle himself. He's got some room to run, but it's taken down well short of the first down. Taken down by number 3, AJ Contreras. So that'll do it for the opening drive for the Cougars, who couldn't come up after taking all those losses on the yards. So now we'll take a look at the Cardinals offense. Leading the Cardinal offense is number 15, Sebastian Lopez, Jr. And they come out. Sebastian Lopez gets the snap, hands it off to his running back, number 22, who finds some room up the right side of the field. Little shake and bake and gets himself a good yard of about 6. That was number 22, Jalen Rodriguez. Looks like Coach Bettis likes to spread his field out. He's got 2 receivers on both sides. 2 sets of receivers. Now we're looking at a trips formation. This ball is snapped. Pass compete to number 7, who makes a little move and goes up the yards to get the first down for the Cardinals. So great catch by number 7, Christopher Rivera, who goes and gets himself a first down. Cardinal ball, 1st and 10 on their 44-yard line. Sebastian Lopez back in the shotgun. Has a lone back with him. Handoff, and he decides to keep his option. Keeps the ball, finds himself some room up the left. Gets himself a good gain of about 4. Sebastian Lopez read his end and decides to pull instead of give. Keeps the ball himself and gets up about 4 yards. La Villa sending the calls in. Plenty of time on the play clock. Lopez back in the shotgun. Twin set on both sides. Decides to pitch it outside to his running back, number 22, who finds himself of some room. Little spin move, gets himself the first. That was number 27, Christian Ortiz, with a nice run to the side. So La Villa having somewhat of an easy time moving the ball. Santa Maria looking to make a stop here, trying to interrupt the flow. Ball snapped low, hits the ground, but we have a flag on the field. He's being chased down. He gets the ball off just in time. Heavy pressure being brought by number 57, Rudy Flores, and number 81, Nathaniel Rodriguez. Lopez tries to get the ball out of his hands, falls incomplete. But there is a flag on the field. Looked like an offsides on the Cougars, so that gives La Villa 5 yards. La Villa now looking at a 1st and 5. Sebastian Lopez ready. Get it outside, pitches it out to the left side of the field, has his running back, a good little game. They just keep chipping away. That's number 27 by Christian Ortiz. Seems to be like they just chip away 5-6 yards at a time, and the ball just keep moving. Move the chains for the Cardinals. Sebastian Lopez doing a great job. As like I said, maintaining the flow of this game. Sebastian Lopez falls back, finds his receiver, number 2, on a hitch pass, who finds himself some room, but is taken down immediately. Not much on that one. Found his receiver, Manuel Solis, for a gain of about 2. Looks like it was a gain of 3. We got 2nd and 7. We got 5:13 in the first. Score 0-0, but La Villa is moving the ball. Sebastian Lopez back in his shotgun. Next to him, he has number 27, Christian Ortiz. And it's a big-time hit right at the line of the scrimmage. Santa Maria brought the house on that one and taken back behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 11 for the Cardinals. Lopez back, waiting for the snap, gets the snap, he drops back, looks like a screen pass, finds his man, had the receiver open, just a bit overthrown. So overthrow on the screen pass, so it's not successful. The Cardinals are now facing a 4th and 11. So after moving the ball pretty well to get up to the Cougar 35, they're having a hard time trying to find that flow again. So 4th and 11. Punt is up. It's a short punt. Takes a little bounce. And the Cardinals down the ball. So Cardinals down the ball at about the 22-yard line of the Cougars. And out come the Cougars. Cougars kind of sputtered there in their first possession, so I know they're trying to get things going. When you come in an away game, you get here, it takes a little bit of time to get going, and La Villa is going to say, hey, we're not going to give you that time. We're here to interrupt. We're here to cause havoc. And the Cougars are saying, well, just let us settle. Let us settle in, and we'll get comfortable here. So let's see what happens. Ortiz back in the shotgun, and it's a bad snap over his head. Ortiz tries to pick it up. Ortiz does pick it up and is brought down by a gang of Cardinals who are pursuing the ball. Back there on that play was number 75, Aiden Reyes, who was back there quickly, along with a couple of other Cardinal teammates. So on the bad snap, over quarterback's head, over Ortiz's head, Ortiz did a good job trying to get back there before any Cardinals could. Picks it up, but it's brought down immediately. So now the ball is back on the Cougar 6, looking at a 2nd and long. Let's see if they try to run it out. Maybe a delay handoff. Sure enough, well, Ortiz keeps it, goes up for about 3, and is hit hard by number 10 of the Cardinals, Jalen Seguero. Third and 19 for the Cougars. Cardinal defense took full advantage of that bad snap, put the Cougars way deep in their own territory, and it's going to be tough to get out of there. Ortiz ready for the snap. Falls back, looking at a screen, finds his running back, number 2, who gets a good catch, gets himself a couple more yards. And the screen picks up about 10 yards, but it's definitely not enough. Screen went to number 2, Bernie Castellanos. And Castellanos tried to get as much as he could, but it's still not enough. 4th and 8. Cougars bring out their punt team. With number 7, Christopher Rivera, waiting for the punt. Flag on the field. Looks like it's a delay of game on the Cougars. Oh, they beat the clock and called the timeout. So 1:53 left in this first quarter. Score is still 0-0. Let's see who's going to take the first punch and get on that scoreboard. We'll be back after this. This is Real Sports Live.
polionow.org.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias, su amigo.
All right, so we're back, and we have a punt situation here with number 7, Christopher Rivera, back waiting to receive the punt, and it's a beauty of a punt. Sends Rivera back a bit, and he has himself something to work with, though. Rivera finds some room on the left side of the field, brought down at about the 43 with some flags thrown on there, too. Might have been a late hit on that play. Taken down there, number 4, Chris Ibarra on the tackle. Let's see what the call is by the officials. Sure enough, personal foul, face mask. Add 15 yards to that one. So that's going to help the Cardinals out in a big way. Let's see if they take advantage of those free yards. So that's going to bring the ball all the way over to the Cougars' 42-yard line, giving the Cardinals something to work with. Sebastian Lopez ready, working with a trips right, has a man in motion. Handoff to 22, who finds some room to run up the right side of the field, and he's still going. He's made some way and rumbles all the way down to the 26-yard line. Nice gain of about 18 by Christian Ortiz. So Christian Ortiz found himself a gap. Well done by the right side of the line. Led by big number 55, Tristan Reyna. Quarterback comes back, rolls it out to the right side of the field, looking for a receiver. If doesn't find anything, and is hit out of bounds.
He called it late. Wow.
So Sebastian Lopez gets the snap, drops back, looks for a receiver downfield, couldn't find anything, and rolls out to the right side of the field and gets plummeled on the sideline. Coach Bettis out there talking to the officials, not quite sure, but it looks like the flag is going to be on the Cardinals. So 15-yard penalties on the Cardinal. Believe it was a hit below, almost like a clipping call. So they got 15 on the face mask, and then they give 15. They lose 15 right here. Looking at a 1st and 25 for the Cardinals. Score still 0-0 with under a minute left in the first quarter. Lopez waiting for the snap, gets the ball, drops back, looking for his man, finds his running back, who is immediately met. Ball is dropped. Looked like it might be an incomplete pass. Oh, the officials call it a backward pass, which looks like the Cougars jump on top of that. Turnover Cardinals, and the Cougars pick it up. Pretty close call there. I don't know if he had possession and dropped it on the hit. I don't know if it was a backwards pass. Could have been either or, but the officials call it a fumble. So ball comes right back to the Cougars. And number 3, Jesse Ortiz, is ready to make something happen. Ortiz hands the ball off to Castellanos. Castellanos gains about 1.
They're picking on Jason because he's coming out. So they're just driving him out.
Cougars looking to find some rhythm in their offense. Really hasn't had anything yet. Timeout called on the field by the Cougars. Actually, that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. So through the first quarter, it's been a tale of consistency on the offensive side. There's been glimpses of it for the Cardinals, and then they kind of shoot themselves in the foot with a penalty here and a penalty there. The Cougars have been sputtering and still trying to find their rhythm for tonight. I'm sure Coach Garcia is ready to find that rhythm right here and right now.
If we pick up the last man on the line and pitch off the linebacker that's outside, Coach, the option will go. I know.
So Coach Garcia is ready to start that second half, or the second quarter of the game.
Utah.
Jesse Ortiz back in shotgun, has 2 running backs by his side, hands the ball off and actually keeps it up the middle. Ortiz calls his own number, finds some room up the middle, gains about 5. Ortiz comes back with the calls. And they're ready to go. Ortiz with his backs right next to him. And the Cardinals bring the house. But hand off to Castellanos, who's trying to get outside to the left side and makes himself a cutback to get a couple yards. So something that looked like nothing gets a little at least. And looks like the ball was on the floor, but they seem to recover. Tackle on the tackle with Nicolas Mata. Fourth and 5 for the Cougars. Ball on the 41-yard line of the Cardinals. Looks like Coach Garcia is going to go for it. And they're in that field range where they say, why not? So this will be big for the Cougars if they can complete this fourth down. Ball is snapped. Ortiz rolls out to the left, to the right, looking for a receiver, decides to keep it himself, and nothing. Couldn't find anything, no room to run because he had number 10, Jalen Silguero, right there ready to meet him. Take that back. That was number 19, Nicholas Mata, who didn't give any room to run. So Ortiz could not get that first down. The Cougars could not complete it on the fourth down. So ball turned over on downs. Ball coming back to the Cardinals. Quarterback Sebastian Lopez looking for something here. Lopez pitches out to his running back. Now it's number 21 who makes a nice 27 who's weaving and bobbing and weaving and still finds himself some room to run with a spin move on the 40, on the 35, all the way to the 30-yard line. Great tough run by number 27, Christian Ortiz, for the big gain of about 30. This kid looks small, but this kid has moves. They should just call him happy feet. So big time gain there by Christian Ortiz. Seems like we have an official timeout, and we will be back after this.
Hi, we're the Real Night City Rattlers. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and
All right, we are back. This is Real Sports Live coming to you from La Villa High School with the Santa Maria Cougars and the La Villa Cardinals going at it 0-0 in the game. We're back from that timeout, and we are ready to go. We have a pitch out to number 7 for La Villa, Christopher Rivera, who finds himself some nice little run, picks up about 5 or 6 yards. Sebastian Lopez waiting for the calls from coaches on the sideline. He gets the call, and he's ready to go. Sebastian Lopez waiting for the snap. There's a snap. He decides to keep it himself. Gets up the left side of the field, finds some run. He's on the 10, the 5.
Come on! You gotta work
Gets
that.
all the way to about the 7-yard line before pushed out of bounds. So Sebastian Lopez gets himself a nice little run up the left side of the field before pushed out of bounds. Ball on the 8-yard line, 1st and goal for the Cardinals.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Four came up, we're winning. We got 10.
Sebastian Lopez gets the call. Looks like they're going to run a big package here. Lopez under center. This is the first time we've seen this.
What is he waiting for?
And La Villa calls a timeout. Coach Bettis not sure what happened there, but they are getting back in to regroup and see what they're going to get going here on a 1st and goal. We'll be back after this timeout. This is Real Sports Live from La Villa.
start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's health care is done.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet.
All right, we're back out of the timeout. We have Sebastian Lopez for the Cardinals under center. Hands it off to number 7. Looks for his running back, but he is smashed at the line. Ball was handed off. But not much was gained. 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals. Cardinals coming up to the line of scrimmage. Sebastian Lopez under center. Ball falls on the floor, and there's a scramble for the ball. Looks like a fumble on the play. Let's see who comes up with it. The Cougars. Santa Maria comes up with the fumble. Looked like a bad connection between the center and the quarterback, and Sebastian Lopez just couldn't get a grip on it. Ball falls on the floor, and the ball is recovered by the Cougars. So La Villa gets a good momentum going, and they march the ball down the field, and they give it right back up. So now the Cougars get the ball back deep in their own territory. They're on the 7-yard line. 8:26 in our game in the second quarter. Score still 0-0. Both of these teams looking to find something offensively, at least finding a rhythm, a cadence, something that's smooth, and they just keep hiccuping. So let's see what happens here. Cougar quarterback keeps the ball himself, looking for some room to run. Ortiz finds himself some room, picks up about 8.
That guy's just, because JC pops up instead of push him back in, so the guy just takes him up.
Cougars looking at a 2nd and 5.
Trips left.
Ball handed off. Ball kept by number 81, Nathaniel Rodriguez, who is getting some calls and some snaps at the quarterback now. So Nathaniel Rodriguez takes the ball up, gains about 1.
No, we don't have another end. The only thing is a Aiden, pero necesitamos poner a Matthew por Aiden. Mira, let's do this. Get Matthew.
So senior, number 81, Nathaniel Rodriguez, doing the play calling now for Santa Maria. With Castellanos off to his side. Rodriguez waits for the snap. Turns to look for a pass. Almost picked off. Almost picked off by number 27, Christian Ortiz. And I tell you something right now, he keeps that in his hand. It's a pick 6. But just an incomplete pass. Cougars now looking at a 2nd and 10 from their 19-yard line. Nathaniel Rodriguez still at the quarterback position, taking the helms over for Ortiz. Ball's handed off. Finds some room to run. It's a big-time run by Castellanos. He's at the 40-yard line, the 45, the 50, the 45, 40, the 35, the 30. Gets himself a big run. Castellanos. Finally brought down into Cardinal territory at about the 30-yard line. It was a foot race. And the Cardinals kept with him to take him down. If not, that would have been a big gain. So picks up about 40 yards on that run. That's been the biggest play of the night for the Cougars. Rodriguez still at the quarterback. Rodriguez takes a snap, but there's a flag on the field. False start on the Cougars. So they're coming back 5. So Nathaniel Rodriguez comes in at quarterback and gives the Cougars a different look to their offense. Handed off a couple times, even threw a pass, and that pass was almost picked off and dropped by the Cardinals. And then they come right back with a big run by Castellanos. So Rodriguez back in the shotgun, pulls back on the play-action fake, finds himself a receiver, and it's complete. Ball is thrown incomplete, and the receiver's still up. So Rodriguez finds his receiver, number 2, Bernie Castellanos. Rodriguez throws the bullet for the completion. Ball now on the Cardinals' 15-yard line. Rodriguez waiting for the snap. Gives the ball off to Castellanos. Castellanos looking up the middle and is immediately met by a slew of Cardinals. Everybody in on that one. Looks like J.C. Ortiz led that group of tackles. No gain on that play. 2nd and 10. 5:42 left in this first half of football. And the Cougars are trying to get something going here. Nathaniel Rodriguez waiting for the snap, has Castellanos to the side, pulls back, finds himself something up the middle, and it's caught, and it's completed. It's a touchdown. Touchdown, Cougars. Nathaniel Rodriguez finds his receiver, number 2, Castellanos. Bernie Castellanos for the TD. So Nathaniel Rodriguez comes into the game and takes over the quarterback duties. And that could be a big change. Kick is up. The extra point is good. Santa Maria takes the lead 7-0. But back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez came into the game and changed the tempo of things. Like I said, we're waiting for one of these teams to start finding something offensively. Rodriguez comes in and does a great job at the quarterback position and gets his Cougar group a touchdown. .522. All right, here we go. So, touchback on the kickoff. And the Cardinals are waiting for their turn. So now the Cougars have put themselves on the board. I'm sure Coach Bettis is telling his boys, let's go. We're at home. Let's make something happen. And like I know Coach Bettis is a fired-up guy, so I know he's going to have his troops fired up, and they're ready. Little pitch and catch here. Ball hit out to number 7. Number 7 up on his feet. Christopher Rivera with a nice catch of about 11. So first play on this drive, Sebastian Lopez finds Rivera for a nice pitch and catch of 11. Lopez ready, gets the snap, hand off over to number 27, Christian Ortiz, who tries to find some room and finds a little bit more. He gets up to the left side of the field and then brings it back right up the middle. And if taken down on his initial turn, he would have lost about 6. But he brings it back to save himself and gains about 3.
Hey, there's nobody on foof right now, man.
A 2nd and 7 for the Cardinals. Lopez drops back, looking for a receiver, has some pressure, finds a running back on the curl. Looks like a gain of nothing. Initial hit by number 30, Marco Sandoval.
For who?
As we talked about earlier, the Sandovals, Gus and Marcos at the linebacker position, have done a great job for Santa Maria this short season. They have a nose for the ball, and you can see it tonight, as the Cardinals gain nothing on that 2nd down. Still looking at 3rd and 7. Ball on the 40-yard line of the Cardinals. Sebastian Lopez gets the snap, rolls out to his right, looking for a receiver, an incomplete pass. Pass intended to Manuel Solis, but it is incomplete. 3:37 in our game. Fourth and 7. Cardinals elect to punt. Waiting for the punt for the Cougars.
Nobody on Manuel, coach. Nobody on Manuel, coach.
Waiting in the back for the Cougars is number 9, Forez Umar. Punt is up. Takes a Cardinal bounce. And it is downed on the Cougar 42. So Cardinals fall short on that series. Give the ball over on downs back to the Cougars with 3:28 in the first half of football.
Leo, give the headphones to RJ.
Looks like Nathaniel Rodriguez will stay in the game as the quarterback for the Cougars, as Coach Garcia is giving him his instructions.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, baby? Feel me?
So Rodriguez comes over.
Okay, watch. Hey, just get your gap.
Cougars come up to the line.
Hey, you just get your gap.
Rodriguez in the shotgun formation with Castellanos to his side. Ball handed off to Castellanos, who finds some room up the middle. Over to the 50-yard, goes to the 45.
Okay.
So Castellano picks up a big gain of about 15 up the middle.
Pick up the guy outside, man. It's gap control, baby.
Castellano has the speed. As he finds the gaps, he's going to get his yards. '81, Nathaniel Rodriguez waiting for the snap. Ball is snapped. Rodriguez decides to keep it himself, finds some room up the middle, and barrels his way for about 9. Between Rodriguez
Get Matthew ready to go.
and Castellanos, we're talking about some hard runners that are picking up big yardages every time they're touching that ball. Coach Bettis getting on his boys to say, hey, hit somebody. Rodriguez back for the snap. Keeps the ball himself. Finds himself some room on the right. Throws it down the middle and almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by the Cardinals once again. Ball off the hands of Cardinals number 5, Damian Felix, who had a good look at that ball, but falls. Cougars looking at a 3rd and 1. 2:14 left in the first half of football. Ball on the Cardinal 36. Rodriguez back. Pulls it, keeps it himself, finds some room to run up the right side of the field, rumbles down for about 6, gets the first down.
Hey, tell JC coach he's got to stay home because if he goes up, he's going to get beaten. That's what they're going to him.
Timeouts called on the field. This is Real Sports Live. Remember, if you're tuned in, please like, share, and follow YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Find us, Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
Bates in Port Mansfield, Texas. This tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format. No fish over 21 inches. $150 per team or boat. Maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down fishing tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Back in La Villa, Texas, this is Real Sports Live, where we have the La Villa Cardinals against the Santa Maria Cougars. Santa Maria up 7-0 in the second quarter. About a little over 2 minutes left in this first half of ball. Cougars with the ball. Ortiz is back at the quarterback position. Runs back for the screen, but ball is batted down by number 44 of the Cardinals, Albert Perez. So it looks like Coach Garcia has the luxury of picking what quarterback he's going to put in and, and what system he may want to run. Ortiz started the game. Then Rodriguez came into the game, led the Cougars to a touchdown. And Ortiz is now back in the game. So now they have Rodriguez back at the quarterback, and they put Ortiz out of the slot position. Ball is handed off to Castañeros, who finds some room up the middle. And Castellanos finds himself some room to run for a gain of about 7. So offensively, Bernie Castellanos gets himself the TD touchdown pass, and Eric Castellanos has been doing the bulk of the running. Ball handed off right back to Castellanos.
Come on, man.
And is taken down, but flags come in. So Eric Castellanos gets the handoff, finds himself a little bit on the right side, but not enough. And we have flags. And let's see who is against. And it's against the Cougars. So the Cougars are taken back for a loss. And Garcia, Coach Garcia, has Nathaniel Rodriguez back at the quarterback position. So it looked like it was a block in the back by the Cougars that took him back.
Trips left.
Cougars set up a trips right. Nathaniel Rodriguez pulls back, looking for a receiver, finds a man downfield. Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. Intended receiver was Ortiz. I want to remind our viewers that Friday Night Football cannot broadcast a live recording of tonight's game. But we're going to do our best to give you the best we can do play-by-play audio. It is a UIL regulation that does not let us broadcast our game live through video. So 4th and 12 for the Cougars, and looks like they're going to go for it with 1:11 left in this first half. Ortiz looking to find Rodriguez. It looks like a halfback pass, but Rodriguez is taken down and met immediately by the Cardinals. So it looked like Coach Garcia was going to dig into the bag of tricks. Had Nathan Rodriguez come in motion, and Ortiz hands it off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez got the ball, looked downfield, but couldn't find anything because the Cardinals were all over Rodriguez before he could find anything down the field. So Cardinals will get the ball back with 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the first half of football. And let's see what Coach Bettis decides to do here. Finds himself his receiver. Sebastian Lopez finds 27, Christian Ortiz, who was taken down before he could get out of bounds. So Coach Bettis has to take a timeout. 52 seconds left in the first half of football here in La Villa. Santa Maria Cougars up 7-0. And we'll be back after this.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the plastic?
All right, coming out of the timeout, La Villa Cardinals have 52 seconds to do some magic before halftime. And here it is. It's a flea flicker play. 15 to Lopez, fine, looking for number 11, and almost makes the grab. That pass intended to J.C. Ortiz, who had some room to work. The ball falls. Incomplete pass. So Coach Bettis had a little bit of trickery there. Looked like a double handoff back to the quarterback, to Lopez, who looks down the field and had a receiver that he liked, J.C. Ortiz. But ball just falls short. 44 seconds, 3rd and 11. Lopez back in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Felix. Damian Felix with a handoff, but taken down immediately by number 2 of Santa Maria. Number 2, Bernie Castellanos. So the Castellano boys look to be the playmakers over there for Santa Maria tonight. Bernie had a touchdown earlier. And then Eric has been doing a great job running the ball for the Cougars. Looks like another timeout is being taken. And we'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
It's a Hacienda party.
It's football season at Hacienda Ford, and you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12,000 off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Hi, we're Mission Veterans, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
All right, coming out of the timeout, we have 29 seconds left in the first half of football here in La Villa. The Cougars up 7-0. But it looks like the Cardinals want to try to punch something in here. Sebastian Lopez back in the shotgun, drops back, looking for a receiver, has some heavy pressure by the Cougars, but spins out and gets out of it. Lopez still on his feet, looking for something, and throws the ball out of bounds. Couldn't quite get his feet set to get himself a good throw out there, being chased down all over the field by the Cougars, led by number 70, Jared Molina, with the heavy pressure. So with 20 seconds left in the first half, the Cardinals try to go for something deep and cannot find anything. So ball is now over on downs. Ball comes right back to the Cougars, giving the Cougars some time and the field position to get maybe another something before they head into the locker room. Rodriguez pulls back, finds his man, finds Castellanos. And Castellanos gains himself about 6, but there's a flag on the field. So Rodriguez pulls back and finds Eric Castellanos for the completion. But flag is thrown down. Let's see what they call it.
Coach, it's better than what we've had.
Waiting for the official word, as the official wants to come over and talk to Coach Perez over on the La Villa side. Looks like the ball is going back. It'll be against the Cougars. The official still talking to Coach Perez. "12 seconds left in the first half of football. And they're still conferencing, so we're still trying to figure things out here. Want to remind everybody that Real Sports Live is also broadcasting a couple of other games around the Valley tonight. We have Mission Veterans at Brownsville Vets. We have PSJA at La Jolla, McAllen Memorial at Mission, and Mercedes in Edcouch, which is right down the road from us here in La Villa. So pretty good football going around the Valley right now. But if you can't make it out to the game, remember Real Sports Live has you. Just want to remind you that on Friday Night Football, through UIL regulations, we cannot give you the live video feed of the game. But once again, our commentators and myself are trying to do the best we can to give you the play-by-play and as if you were here. So still trying to clear things up on the field. Really not sure what's happening here. There seems to be some confusion or some miscommunication, but the officials are trying to talk to both coaches to get things going. So it looks like Mercedes is up on Ed Calcelsa right now, 14-10. As an update that I just heard over the PA system. Probably got some other scores coming in right now. Here we go. Official call is a 10-second runoff on the clock, which will bring the clock down to 2 seconds. So it seemed like all the conferencing was about the clock, and we take off 10 seconds from the clock, leaving 2 seconds left in the first half, which gives enough time for Santa Maria to run a play. Ball is snapped, but we have whistles. So now we're trying to figure things out once again. I don't know if the officials were ready for the ball to be snapped. So now we're trying to figure things out with 2 seconds left in the first half. And I'm sure the boys are like, let's just get this going. Let's play some ball.
No, okay, I went 12.
All right. So the officials making the call now. Trying to clear things up with the coaches on the sideline. And it looks like now we are ready. Well, it looks like we have an illegal snap by the Cougars, which is a 5-yard penalty. So now we have a 1st and 15, 2 seconds left in the first half, giving the Cougars enough time to at least chunk one up. Let's see what they decide to do. All right, everything looks like it's ready to go now. Rodriguez gets the snap, and there is another flag, and whistles being blown. So let's see what the call is. A strange turn of events here in the last 20 seconds of the first half. With clock being run out, 10 seconds, we had an illegal snap by the Cougars. And it looks like they're just going to decline that flag and call it the first half of play. So the clock goes down to 0 with the Santa Maria Cougars up on La Villa right now, 7-0. And once again, it's been a defensive-minded game, not much offense. And actually, I'll take that back. There has been pretty decent offense up the middles of the field. But it seems like we get closer to the red zone, and that's where, you know, the blunders start to happen. A lot of things need to be cleaned up. I'm sure both coaches right now are going to go into halftime saying, hey, look, gentlemen, we need to execute. We need to execute when it matters in the red zone. Coach, I know Coach Bettis is going to go in there and get his boys ready, and Coach Garcia along the same lines. Like I said, we've had good movement up the middles of the field between the 30-yard lines. You know, there's been some really nice offense, some really nice drives, but then we get past that 30 on both sides, and they're just having a hard time keeping discipline and finding something to execute to give themselves some points. But the one that did go right for Santa Maria was Rodriguez finds Castellanos for the touchdown, which gives us the only touchdown of tonight's game so far. So we're going to come back. We'll be back for the second half of football here in La Villa. Let's see what the adjustments are, what adjustments are being made, and let's see who's going to come out and execute. It's going to be a tight one here in La Villa, ladies and gentlemen, so stay with us. Remember, Real Sports Live, bringing you the Valley's sports. Stick with us. And like, share, follow Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
At San Benito Vision Source, the optometry staff works around your busy schedule and take the time to answer your questions and concerns prior to a visit. Dr. Jaime Rodriguez and Dr. Laura Loki offering full vision examinations, diagnostics, and treatment of an array of eye diseases and conditions to keep your eyes healthy. Call the friendly staff today with questions or schedule a consultation. San Benito Vision Source.
Hi, we're the Lady Diamondbacks, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
With Westaco East High School. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Every great dining adventure begins with one word: fresh. At the Sea Ranch, we combine a fresh, inviting atmosphere with chef-inspired cuisine prepared from the freshest local shrimp, oysters, snapper, and mahi-mahi. Our salmon, Alaskan king crab, and live Maine lobsters are flown in fresh. A local favorite for over 30 years, the Sea Ranch. Come enjoy a fresh experience.
The kids are headed back to school. It's time to get internet from VTX1. VTX1 Companies offers fast and reliable internet throughout the Rio Grande Valley, even to some of the most remote areas. For a limited time only, get your standard installation at no cost to you. Start the school year off with a service provider you can trust by calling 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
Hi, we're the Lady Wildcats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Are you ready? Are you ready, ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a Hacienda party.
It's football season at Hacienda Ford, and you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12,000 off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is the team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Are you ready? Are you ready, ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a Hacienda party.
It's football season at Hacienda Ford, and you can get a new Ford Expedition with 20-inch wheels, leather, navigation, and more for $12,000 off MSRP.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My Hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close. Of wanting to
Making history. This close to changing the world.
We are this close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again.
This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we donate now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever.
Real Sports Live back to you from La Villa, Texas, where we have the Santa Maria Cougars up 7-0 on the La Villa Cardinals on this beautiful Friday night in September. It's halftime in La Villa, but I wanted to update you guys on a couple scores going around on the Valley. If you're listening to us right now, we got Nicky Rowe on top of McAllen High, 21-0 in the second. Mission High, 14, McAllen Memorial 6 at halftime. Mercedes 21, Ed Couch Elsa 10, which is a game right down the road from us in La Villa over at Ed Couch. Mission Vets 35, Brownsville Porter 0. Tied up 7-7, Valley View and Roma. 14-3, Taft is on top of Monte Alto right now. George West 14, Lyford 0. Raymondville 13, Kingsville Kings 7 over in Kingsville. And halftime for Odom and Santa Rosa. Santa Rosa is up 6-0. PI leading St. Joe 20-14. Edinburgh Vela 10, Edinburgh North 0 in the second. PSJ High 42, La Jolla High School 7. Hidalgo 7, Progreso 0. And those are a couple scores around the Valley. Our game here in La Villa, like I've said earlier, if you're just paying attention or you're just tuned into us, has been a struggle of teams in the red zone. Both teams have done a pretty nice job going up and down the field until they hit the 30. They hit to the 30 and they start to sputter a bit, leading to just one touchdown so far. La Villa's had a couple good looks at some interceptions that just haven't been able to complete, and a turnover in their red zone as well. So little things for the La Villa Cardinals that could go either way, where the Cougars have done a nice job on the ground game, and then Nathaniel Rodriguez has come in and thrown some pretty nice passes, find his receiver, and one of those receivers, Bernie Castellanos, found himself 7. Or 6, so I say. So lots of football left to play here in La Villa. We're just wrapped up the first half of football, and we're looking forward to the second. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
Collectibles in San Benito.
The kids are headed back to school. It's time to get internet from VTX1. VTX1 Companies offers fast and reliable internet throughout the Rio Grande Valley, even to some of the most remote areas. For a limited time only, get your standard installation at no cost to you. Start the school year off with a service provider you can trust by calling 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then, when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6. On F Street, in Harlingen, it's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
At San Benito Vision Source, the optometry staff works around your busy schedule and take the time to answer your questions and concerns prior to a visit. Dr. Jaime Rodriguez and Dr. Laura Loki offering full vision examinations, diagnostics, and treatment of an array of eye diseases and conditions to keep your eyes healthy. Call the friendly staff today with questions or schedule a consultation. San Benito Vision Source.
Hi, we're Robert Bella's favorite cats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Every great dining adventure begins with one word, fresh. At the Sea Ranch, we combine a fresh, inviting atmosphere with chef-inspired cuisine prepared from the freshest local shrimp, oysters, snapper, and mahi-mahi. Our salmon, Alaskan king crab, and live Maine lobsters are flown in fresh. A local favorite for over 30 years, the Sea Ranch. Come enjoy a fresh experience.
Hi, we're Sherryland Rattlers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
At San Benito Vision Source, the optometry staff works around your busy schedule and take the time to answer your questions and concerns prior to a visit. Dr. Jaime Rodriguez and Dr. Laura Loki offering full vision examinations, diagnostics, and treatment of an array of eye diseases and conditions to keep your eyes healthy. Call the friendly staff today with questions or schedule a consultation. San Benito Vision Source.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Every great dining adventure begins with one word, fresh. At the Sea Ranch, we combine a fresh, inviting atmosphere with chef-inspired cuisine prepared from the freshest local shrimp, oysters, snapper, and mahi-mahi. Our salmon, Alaskan king crab, and live Maine lobsters are flown in fresh. A local favorite for over 30 years, the Sea Ranch. Come enjoy a fresh experience.
Hi, we're PSJ Southwest Javelinas, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. J's up!
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close. Of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again.
This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-up, 3-down fishing tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Every great dining adventure begins with one word.
Welcome back. Halftime report here in La Villa, Texas, with the Santa Maria Cougars up right now 7-0. Got a couple of questions and comments that came in online, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. One of them was, is this a district game? No, it is not. La Villa and Santa Maria are in the 2A district, but yet they're in different areas of the 2A, where Santa Maria is in the district with Refugio, which is always a tough team. They always compete well and always have a solid program over Refugio. So Refugio, Freer, Santa Maria, Binbolt, Three Rivers, and Coffer make up Santa Maria's district, where La Villa's district is Agua Dulce, Fremont, Benavides, Bruni, La Villa, and Woodsboro. Right now, in the non-district standings, Agua Dulce sits 3-0, Fremont 2-2, Benavides 1-3, Bruni 0-2, La Villa 0-4, and Woodsboro 0-4. I'm sure once that district place gets going, it's going to be a tight race over there. As far as Santa Maria's district, we talked about it just a while ago, sitting in that standings in non-district, where Refugio is sitting at 4-0, Freer 3-1, Santa Maria 2-1, Binbolt 2-1, Three Rivers 2-2, and Rivera Coffer 1-3. So both of these districts very, very competitive. Both of our teams down here in the valley are going to compete well, and we're wishing them both really great seasons once the district season comes about. But once again, tonight's game is a non-district matchup between these two 2A schools, La Villa and Santa Maria. Talking a little bit about tonight's game, like I said earlier, if you guys have been listening, between the middle of the fields, between the 30s, these two teams are moving the ball, and they're moving it nicely, going both ways. And then once both team crosses the 30, the 25-yard line, that's where it seems like, hey, maybe the defense is taking the challenge. Try to score. And both teams have come up short offensively, but defensively both teams have picked it up. It's been a low-scoring affair so far. And we have one touchdown, which was Rodriguez finding Bernie Castellanos for the TD pass. So we've seen some good ball tonight. Maybe not the cleanest, which I'm sure both coaches aren't too happy about, but I can promise you this, both coaches go into that halftime locker room, talk about discipline, talk about cleaning it up. You know, both of these teams would like to leave here with a win under their belt. So let's see what happens here in the second half. I'm sure it's going to be a wild one. We have 6 minutes left in halftime. We'll be back after this. This is Real Sports Live from La Villa.
At the Sea Ranch, we combine a fresh, inviting atmosphere with chef-inspired cuisine prepared from the freshest local shrimp, oysters, snapper, and mahi-mahi. Our salmon, Alaskan king crab, and live Maine lobsters are flown in fresh. A local favorite for over 30 years, the Sea Ranch. Come enjoy a fresh experience.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
name is Ortiz, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close. Of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you. Is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Hi, we're Brownsville veterans, and thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the prices? It's a hacienda party.
It's football season at Hacienda Ford, and you can get a 2019 Ford EcoSport with navigation and an 8-inch touchscreen for just $17,495.
We got the tailgates down and we're feeling all right. My hacienda friends are saving money tonight.
Hacienda has it.
Thanks for watching Real Sports Live. Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Real Sports 5, number 1.
At San Benito Vision Source, the optometry staff works around your busy schedule and take the time to answer your questions and concerns prior to a visit. Dr. Jaime Rodriguez and Dr. Laura Loki offering full vision examinations, diagnostics, and treatment of an array of eye diseases and conditions to keep your eyes healthy. Call the friendly staff today with questions or schedule a consultation. San Benito Vision Source.
Hi, we're Lady Vikings, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos.
Welcome back. This is Real Sports Live coming to you from La Villa High School, where we have the non-district matchup of the La Villa Cardinals and the Santa Maria Cougars. Santa Maria took the early lead in the first half, up 7-0. And we are getting ready to get this second half of ball underway. So both teams, I'm sure, are pumped and ready. This game is well within reach to go any way, guys. Both teams have done a pretty good job offensively between the 30-yard lines. After the 30-yard lines, that's where we find some inconsistencies. Or, hey, maybe it's the defensive side saying, let's step up and make some stops. So let's see what Coach Pettis and Coach Garcia has in store for us in the second half. They have their athletes ready and primed to rock and roll. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to Rio Sports Live, but we want to remember and we want to remind you guys through UIL regulations, we cannot show the video broadcast of tonight's game. Friday night video broadcasts are not allowed, but we're going to do the best we can to give you the audio play-by-play. So here we go. We're about underway and ready for the second half of football. The La Villa Cardinals will receive. Back to receive is Chris Rivera. And the kickoff is up, and it is deep. Looks like it is a touchback. So Cardinals will get the ball on the 25-yard line to start the second half. Cardinals being led by number 15, Junior Sebastian Lopez, who's done a nice job getting his boys going. Crowd here in La Villa is still pumped up. They know there's a lot of time to play, a whole half of football to get their boys going. Sebastian Lopez back in the shotgun formation, hands it off to his running back, number 27, Christian Ortiz. Taken down by number 77, Joaquin Sosa. Two-way player, Joaquin Sosa, number 77, anchors that D-line, and he is a big force to be reckoned with. Ball is snapped and it's pitched out to number 27, Christian Ortiz, who gets himself around the left side of the field. Picks up a gain of about 3. Officials mark it a gain of 2, so we're looking at 3rd and 8. Sebastian Lopez. Man in motion. Lopez gets the snap, makes the curl on a bootleg. Cannot complete to number 2, Manuel Solis. Sebastian Lopez rolls out in a bootleg and had a wide open Solis. Just couldn't connect. So that'll be 4th down for the Cardinals. Waiting for the punt for the Cougars. And it's a short punt that takes a Cougar bounce back. Oh. So the Cougars will get the ball already on the Cardinal side of the field.
Yeah, the inside backer.
Ball will be on the Cardinals 45, giving the Cougars some good field position.
Oh, I'm sorry. The lineman tried. I didn't see who from the outside.
So let's see who Coach Garcia decides to start the second half of football at the QB position. He has started the game with quarterback Jesse Ortiz, and he's gone in and out between Ortiz and Rodriguez. Right now, Ortiz, it looks like Rodriguez takes a snap and decides to call his own number and find some room up the middle with a nice gain for Nathaniel Rodriguez. Gains about 14.
And he says, my bad, my bad.
So Coach Garcia decides to go with Nathaniel Rodriguez to start the QB position in the second half.
That's what I saw.
And he pulls out about a 14-yard run. Ball on the Cardinal 32, 1st and 10. Rodriguez in the shotgun has Castellanos next to him. Hand off to Castellanos. Hand off. Up the middle to Castellanos. Castellanos picks up about 3.
Big dude, 79 is coming to trap him, and I know he doesn't want him to fall on him. He's got to do it.
Castellanos has done a nice job tonight running the ball. That's Eric Castellanos. Earlier we had Bernie Castellanos, who had the touchdown pass, but Eric Castellanos has been taking over the running back duties. Nathaniel Rodriguez back in the QB position. Has a trips left, decides to drop back on a play action pass, finds a receiver, but it's overthrown. So incomplete pass. Ball was intended for number 3, Jesse Ortiz, but just a bit over his head. 3rd and 6 for the Cougars. Ball on the Cardinal 27. Rodriguez back in shotgun. Castellanos to his left. Rodriguez keeps the ball himself, barrels a couple of yards, trying to get that first down, and he does. So Nathaniel Rodriguez calls his own number and plays some smash mouth football, looking for the contact. The quarterback looking for the contact. So nice run and gain of about 7 for Rodriguez, who gets the first down. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Ball on the 20-yard line. Cougars come up to the line. Nathaniel Rodriguez in the shotgun. Castellanos to his right. Handed off to Castellanos. Castellanos finds some room up the right side. Picks up about 6. Taken down by the Cardinals. So there's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Ball now on the Cardinal 14. So the Cougars come out and start marching the ball down. They had good field position to start with off the short punt that took a Cougar bounce back. Rodriguez gets the ball, decides to keep it himself, finds himself some room. He's on the 6, the 5, the 3, the 2, the 1. Touchdown, Nathaniel Rodriguez.
Well, JC went out, so the linebacker's supposed to fill the hole. Victor lo misión.
On the option, Nathaniel Rodriguez pulls the ball, finds some room up to run on the right side of the field, and finds nothing but the end zone. So Nathaniel Rodriguez punches it in for the touchdown. Waiting for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. So Santa Maria finds the end zone. And like I said, they had good field position to start this drive. They were already on the Cardinals' 45-yard line and just decided to keep punching it and keep driving. Between runs between Castellanos and Rodriguez, it was a hard takedown for the Cardinals. So with 8:18 into the third, Cougars take the lead and extend it 14-0. The change of pace in the first half when Rodriguez came in as QB, it just seemed like he was getting it a little bit. He had a little bit better ease at the QB position and got comfortable quickly. Ortiz has come in as well and done a great job. And both these quarterbacks are just leading their team. And it's nice to have a 2 QB committee where Coach Garcia can call and call any number and any player to step up. And that's a nice option to have. So doing the kicking on the kickoff here is Bernie Castellanos. Waiting for the kickoff is Chris Rivera. And it's a deep kick by Castellanos for the touchback. So Cardinals get the ball on the 25-yard line. Let's see what Coach Bettis is going to have his boys do now. Cardinals are hoping to find some offense here to keep themselves in the game. Cardinals ready, get to the line, Sebastian Lopez at the quarterback position. Has his running back Ortiz next to him. Handball handed off.
Hey, with your blood!
And it's smashed. It looks like the ball is on the floor. It looks like another turnover. Wow. Let's see what the officials call it. And it's a fumble. So a ball pops out, giving the ball back to Santa Maria. And Santa Maria recovers. Santa Maria ball now on the 25-yard line. Looks like on the 27-yard line. And let's see what Santa Maria decides to do here. Looking like they want to extend the lead. So Rodriguez at the QB gets a snap, holds it himself, finds himself some room to run. He's on the 10, the 5, and is pushed out of bounds on the 3-yard line.
He's just going up the middle. They're taking us where we want to go, and he's just
Started on the 27, rumbles up the middle, makes his way to the left side of the field and pushed out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. So Rodriguez, Nathaniel Rodriguez, kind of doing a little bit of everything tonight. Had a touchdown pass, had a touchdown run.
on the offense.
Big gain right here, and he's ready to lead his Cougars to try to get another 6. Rodriguez back in the shotgun. Ball's handed off to Castellanos. Castellanos finds a little bit of room up the middle, barrels his way down, makes it to the 1-yard line. So the La Villa defense denies him of the TD, stopping him on the La Villa 1.
Hey, Coach Garcia, agarra la O-line. Tell them they got to fucking drive, man. We got to drive, man. That's all it is, Coach. They're kicking our ass at the line.
Cougars getting the play call coming in. Let's see who'll win the battle in the trenches, O-line or D-line. Under center, Ortiz. Ortiz punches it in, calls his own number for the QB sneak, and he gets the touchdown. Jesse Ortiz comes back into the game, gets under center, QB sneak, and they push it in. The O-line had a surge to push back, getting Ortiz in there on the QB sneak. So a quick 14-point turnaround for the Cougars. Kick is up, snap is bad, calls it a fire alarm, finds the ball and takes it all the way to the corner of the end zone to get the 2-point conversion. So on a bad snap on the extra point, it's picked up and run to that corner pylon on the right side to get in for the 2-point conversion. So quick 16-point turnaround in a matter of a couple minutes for the Cougars. It was a 7-0 ball game coming into the third quarter, and now we're sitting at 22-0 with 7:05 into the third. So Coach Garcia, like I said earlier, has the privilege of having 2 quarterbacks that can run the ball well. Nathaniel Rodriguez has a running TD, and now Jesse Ortiz got himself a QB keeper punching that in. So ball coming back to La Villa now, and I'm more than sure that they're ready to do something. Castellanos for the kickoff. Short kickoff received by number 10 for La Villa, Jalen Seguero, or number 13, I believe. That was Nicholas Mata who receives the ball, but there's a flag on the field.
That's been going on all game.
Offsides on the kickoff by the kicking team. So La Villa will get a couple yards added on to their receiving. Ball will now be spotted on the La Villa 46-yard line. 6:54 in the third. Cougars up 22-0. First and 10, Cardinals. Ball is snapped. Lopez finds his receiver off to the side for a quick pitch and catch to Christopher Rivera. Gain of about 4. Ball gets up to the 50-yard line. 2nd and 5. Sebastian Lopez ready to make the call. Cardinals set up and it trips right. Lopez back in the shotgun with one running back to his side. Lopez kicks back. It looks like a screen pass over to number 27, Christian Ortiz, but that screen is read quickly by number 30, Marco Sandoval. Sandoval gives up nothing on that screen. Well read by the linebacker from Santa Maria. Third and 9 for the Cardinals. Sebastian Lopez in the shotgun. Next to him is Christian Ortiz. Lopez drops back, has a gang of Cougars on him. Lopez pulls the ball down and tries to find a little bit of room to run. He was being heavily pressured by the Cougar defense, linebackers, D-line, all over that. Pulls the ball down and gains about 1, looking at a 4th and 8. So Lopez had no time to make a play happen. So the Cardinals elect a punt, and the punt is up, a nice-looking punt. Takes a small bounce, and the ball is downed. So the Cougars get the ball on the 25-yard line after that quick series. And the Cardinals still cannot find anything offensively. Trying to find an answer, trying to find a spark. 4:52 in the third. Cougars getting the ball back. And let's see who will be doing the QB duties. Looks like that Daniel Rodriguez is still making the play calls for the Cougars. We'd like to thank you for tuning in to Rio Sports Live. Remember to like, share, follow. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Nathaniel Rodriguez back in the shotgun. Castellanos to his side. Ball is handed off to Castellanos. Castellanos trying to find something at the right side, but taken down immediately by number 27, Christian Ortiz. Ortiz finds that ball, gives up, and actually doesn't give up anything. Takes away. Loss of about 2. So quick heads-up tackling by Ortiz for La Villa. Cougars looking at a 2nd and 12. Ball on their 24-yard line.
I mean, hey, we're getting nothing, no production out of the
Rodriguez back in the shotgun. Rodriguez pulls it, trying to find something. Ball's on the floor, but recovered. Recovered by Santa Maria. So Rodriguez tries to call his own number again, trying to find something up the middle, but when he's taken down, the ball comes out, but the Cougars jump on top of it. 3rd and 10 for the Cougars. Ball on the 24. 3:40 left in the third quarter. Plays coming in now. Rodriguez gets his troops to the line. Rodriguez in the shotgun. Falls back, looking for a receiver. Looking for a man deep. Has a receiver, but overthrown. Intended receiver was number 10, Giovanni Diaz, who had a good lead over his man covering him, but the ball just a bit overthrown. Looks like we're going to have an official timeout as we have a player shaken up. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live from La Villa.
En San Benito, aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias, su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Hi, we're Robert Bella's favorite cats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body.
Back in La Villa, back from the timeout. Looks like our player shaking up is good to go. Got up, being taken over to the sideline to be looked at. So, 4th and 10. And Cougars looking to punt away. Back to receive, Rivera. Rivera gets the kick, finds the punt, finds some room up the right side of the field. Takes a big shot by number 85 of the Cougars. But Rivera stays up on his feet. So the Cardinals still looking for that offensive spark. Will it be here? We're going to see what happens. Sebastian Lopez ready to make something happen along with Christian Ortiz. The Cougar defense has been really locked down and locked in and focused. Those Sandoval boys have been doing a good job up the middle. Ball's handed off to Ortiz. Ortiz taken down after about 2 by number 52 and number 30 of the Cougars. 52, Joshua Gonzalez, and number 30, Marco Sandoval on the tackle. 2nd and 8 for the Cardinals. Ball on their 44-yard line. Lopez waiting for the snap. Ball is snapped. Lopez drops back, finds himself a receiver on the inside for a quick pitch and catch. Slant on the inside, complete to number 23, Robert Rivera. Nice little gain of about 6, 3rd and 2 now. Lopez back in the shotgun. Ortiz to his right. Lopez looking for Ortiz, finds him in a little bubble pass. Met immediately by Marco Sandoval. So now the Cardinals are looking at another 4th down. And they're going to go for it. 4th and 4. Ball is snapped. Lopez pitches out. Looks like a bad pitch. Ball's on the floor. Fumble. Ball, it's pitched to the outside, and 27, Kristen Ortiz just can't get a hand on it. Ball falls to the floor and is picked up by number 30, Sandoval. Marco Sandoval picks up the ball, falls on top of it. Cougars get the ball back. So Cougars will get the ball off the Cardinal turnover. Ball spotted on the Cardinal 36. 1st and 10, Cougars. Nathaniel Rodriguez coming in with the play.
Johnny's going in for Evan. Leo.
Rodriguez back in the shotgun. Castellanos to his right. Ball's handed off to Castellanos. Castellanos rumbles for about 3. A couple of Cardinals turnovers tonight has really hurt them. And it's little things like that that I know Coach Bettis is trying to get, and he'll clean up by the time they get to district play. But tonight in this non-district matchup, it's been a big turn. Man in motion. Rodriguez hands it off to number 3, which is Jesse Ortiz, who finds some room to run. Ortiz, the man in motion, finds the end around, picks up a nice gain of about 20. "21 seconds left in the third quarter. La Villa trying to make that stop. And Santa Maria keeps cruising. Cougars come up to the ball. Ball on the 15-yard line. Rodriguez gets the snap. Hands it off to Castellanos. Castellanos on the end around at the 10, the 5, the 3, the 2. Touchdown, Castellanos. Eric Castellanos finds the end around for the 15-yard touchdown. The Castellano boys for Santa Maria now each have a touchdown. Bernie Castellanos caught one earlier from Rodriguez, and now Eric Castellanos takes one in from 15 yards out. Extra point is up, and it's good. Bringing the Santa Maria Cougars to 29. La Villa Cardinals, 0. So Santa Maria has come out in this second half of football and put up 3 touchdowns, which was a pretty quiet first half of football with only 1 touchdown. I don't know what Coach Garcia said at halftime, but I tell you what, he woke up his boys, and they've come out and they've put on some pretty effective play with touchdowns from Nathan Rodriguez, from Jesse Ortiz, and Eric Castellanos. Cardinals getting ready to get the kickoff. Waiting for the kickoff, 21, Joel Almanza, alongside Christopher Rivera. Bernie Castellanos doing the kicking duties for Santa Maria. Cardinals ready for the kickoff. Nice looking kick. Rivera gets the kickoff, looking for a lane to run, finds some room, looking for a block. Ball on the 30, the 35, pushed out at about the 36-yard line. That'll do it for the third quarter here in La Villa. Santa Maria Cougars up 29-0. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
Feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed, Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Needing a treat before or after the big game? Then, when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches.
Here we go, start of the fourth quarter. The Cardinals get the ball. Lopez looking for his receiver, finds his receiver on a slant. Hits a Manuel Solis. Way to start the fourth quarter. I'm sure that's the way Coach Bettis wanted to start this fourth quarter, with a complete pass. Lopez finding Solis for the first down.
I can't believe we can't beat him on a man-to-man.
Sebastian Lopez has a trips right. Man in the backfield with him, A.J. Contreras. Sebastian Lopez pulls back, tries to find something, just cannot, and taken down in the backfield by number 57 of the Cougars. Rudy Flores with a sack. Cardinals need to find something. They need to find a spark, a big play, something to get momentum going back their way. Lopez back in the shotgun, has a trips left. Lopez stands back looking for a receiver. Doesn't like anything he sees, so decides to pull in and run it himself. Runs up the right side of the field, picks up about 3 before pushed out of bounds by the Cougar defense. The Cougar defender, they got to Lopez to push him out of bounds, is slow to get up. Looks like he slid out of bounds, but looked like he's good. He's up. All right. So a little bit of time, get things set up here. Lopez looking to the sideline, waiting for the call. Cardinals pull up to the line, got a trips formation to the left. Lopez ready for the snap, gets the snap, rolls back, looking for a receiver, doesn't like anything he sees, gets it off. It is short, but it looks like it's picked off. Picked off by the Cougars. Lopez found himself a receiver he liked, but ball was thrown short and picked off by the Cougars. Number 8, Joshua Contreras with the pick. Along with that, there was some flags thrown on the field. Looked like some extracurricular activities after the throw. Officials talking it over. We had a couple flags, one down the field and one back by the quarterback. So let's see what the officials have to say. One came after the pick in the area of the pick, and the other came in the backfield. Might have been a little bit of pushing and shoving going on back there. So here's the official call. Looks like we'll have a couple different penalties. Did ball foul against the Cardinals. And first down, Cougars. So Cougars will get the ball on their own 34-yard line. You know, Coach Pettis looking to take some shots down the field offensively. They just cannot find anything. Lopez not comfortable and doesn't see anything that he likes, but the pressure from the Cougars is really causing havoc. And on that last possession, you know, he tried to find a receiver, try to thread that needle. But the Cougars jumped in front of it for the interception. So Cougar ball on the 38-yard line. Cougars up 29-0 with 10:26 left in the game. Nathaniel Rodriguez making the calls. Hand off to Castellanos. Castellanos finds himself some room to run on the right side, on the left side of the field. Picks up a big gain of about 16 yards. Flag. Flag on the play. Might be a holding call. That's exactly what it is. Bringing that 16-yard run back. So holding on the Cougars after the nice run by Castellanos. Ball is now spotted on the Cougar 27. First and 20 for the Cougars. Nathaniel Rodriguez waiting for the snap. Got twin set with Castellanos to his right. Man in motion. Ball is handed off to the man in motion was Ortiz. Ortiz looking to find something and is pushed out of bounds.
That's a high low block on JC, man. That linebacker cracked on him.
So the starting quarterback, Jesse Ortiz, taking over for a slot position, comes over from the left side of the field in motion to the right, gets the handoff, looking to find something. Takes a bit, but not enough. Still deep. Second and 20.
You want me to pull him out right now? Yeah. Or not? Aiden at
Looks like Ortiz did pick up a couple positive yards, making it second and 18. 9:50 left in the game. Rodriguez waiting for the snap. Twin sets. High snap, pulls it down, runs it himself up the middle. Rodriguez gains about 5. Rodriguez shaken up a bit, and it looks like we'll take a timeout. This is Real Sports Live from La Villa. Santa Maria up 29-0. We'll be back.
More hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. Sundays from 12 to 6. On F Street in Harlingen, it's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli.
Hi, we're the Lady Tigers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close. Of wanting to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close. This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now.
Real Sports Live, welcome you back to La Villa, Texas, where we have the Santa Maria Cougars up 29-0. Still on an official timeout. Wanted to give you guys a little heads up on what's going around the Valley right now with scores. Nicky Rowe up on McAllen High, 21-0. Close one over in Mission. Mission High 14, McAllen Memorial 12. Down the road in Ed Couch, Mercedes up 24-17. Got a big lead. The Mission Vets 49-0 right now over Porter. Valley View 17, Roma 7. 0-0, a tight one at Donna North with Wesco East at halftime. Taft 21, Monte Alto 3. George West 48, Lyford 13 in the third. Over in Kingsville, we have Raymondville 14, Kingsville King 7. Santa Rosa at halftime 6-0 on Odom. PI putting up 40 to Brownsville St. Joe's 20. Wesco High 35, Edinburgh Economini 0. Edinburgh Vela 17, Edinburgh North 8 at the half. Hidalgo 35, Progreso 0. La Jolla Palmview 49, PSJ Southwest 6. Couple of games going around Friday night. Football, Fury Valley teams. Looks like we are ready to get back to play here in La Villa. La Villa really trying to find something going for them to end this game off with 9 minutes left. Still looking for that spark. Looks like a timeout taken now by Santa Maria. And we'll be back after this short break.
Forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body.
Welcome back to La Villa. This is Real Sports Live. Coming to you. Giving you everything you may need here tonight. And it's really been a tale of two halves. We had a very tight game in the first half. And it looks like they come out in some kind of cluster form here. Ball is hit and given a complete pass by Ortiz, who finds his receiver, Castellanos. And Castellanos picks up a nice gain before hit out of bounds. But picks up about 12. So still looking at a fourth down. Excuse me, now it'll be 3rd and 2. Should be 4th. So waiting for the cards to change. So it's 4th and 2. Ball's quickly snapped and met immediately in the backfield is Ortiz, who's hit hard in the backfield. Met by number 75 of the Cardinals, Aiden Reyes, who gets in the backfield quickly to deny the Cougars any chance of a first down. So ball will be turned over on downs, and the Cardinals will now have good field position. So let's see if they take advantage of this. We have 8 minutes left in this game. Santa Maria, who came out strong in the second half with 3 touchdowns in the second half.
Who's out? Joe's out.
And now the Cardinals are looking to take advantage of the field position with the ball on Santa Maria's 39. First and 10 Cardinals. Number 11, J.C. Ortiz finds a man deep, incomplete. Ortiz was hit pretty hard on that throw by number 57, Rudy Flores. Ortiz dropped back, looking to go deep, looking for number 2, Manuel Solis, but couldn't make the connection. So J.C. Ortiz is coming in to play QB with 8 minutes left in the game, and let's see if he provides a little spark that the Cardinals have been looking for. Ortiz drops back, finds a receiver, number 23, Robert Rivera. So Ortiz gets the ball and makes a completion to Rivera for a gain of about 3. So Ortiz comes in the game, and his first 2 plays are pass plays, one deep and one short. So it looks like they're going to keep going to the air with Ortiz. The Cardinals set up and a trips right, finds himself his receiver, who was hit immediately by number 9, Fares Umar.
Hey, slip and go, same thing.
Big hit. I guess he hit the hit stick on that one. So 4th and 11 for the Cardinals. And looks like Coach Bettis wants to call a timeout. Timeout, Cardinals. We'll be back after the timeout.
Feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed? Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-Up, 3-Down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches.
Coming out of the timeout, 4th and 11 for the Cardinals. 6:58 left in the game, down 29-0. J.C. Ortiz in the shotgun, trips left formation. It looks like there's some movement on the line. Ball is still thrown, but incomplete. We had some movement on the Cougar side, which would have been a free play for the Cardinals. But the offense, being young, wasn't really sure what was going on. So Ortiz threw the ball, but threw incomplete. So they'll get another play here with the movement, moving the ball up 5. So Cardinals now looking at a 4th and 6. Ortiz calls for the snap. He drops back, looking deep, finding a man. Intended receiver was number 2, Manuel Solis, but is broken up by the Cougars. Pass deflected by the Cougars. Over on downs, ball back to Santa Maria.
Hey, what did Tristan say that you got out?
6:31 left in our ball game. Santa Maria up 29-0. Cardinals try to go through the air with every play that they had there in that series, but really couldn't get anything going. So Cougars get the ball back with quarterback Nathaniel Rodriguez, ready to take the charge. Nathaniel Rodriguez now has two backs next to him. Ball is handed off. For the run is number 22, Gustavo Sandoval, Gus Sandoval, who does a nice job picking up about 7. Coach Garcia more than likely is going to start running this clock, handing the ball off to his running backs. Number 7, Eric Castellanos, who's done a great job in the backfield tonight, and now they've paired him up with Gus Sandoval, number 22. Nathaniel Rodriguez back in the shotgun, hands it off to Gustavo once again, who finds a lot of room up the middle. Gustavo still on his feet. He's on the 35 and finally taken down at the 20-yard line. So Gustavo Sandoval, who just comes into the game, picks up a big gain, taking the ball all the way down to the Cardinals' 30-yard line. Five minutes left in our ball game tonight. And Nathaniel Rodriguez still leading the charge for the Cougars. Rodriguez waiting for the snap. Has Sandoval and Castellanos to his side. Ball handed off to Castellanos once again, who's finding some room to run up the middle. Finds a lot of room on the right side. Takes it on up for a gain of about 13. So Sandoval comes in the game just to do some clock management, and he's really doing a great job at that, but also getting himself some big yards in the process. Clock keeps ticking, about 4 minutes left in tonight's ball game, as the Cougars just keep marching the ball down. Rodriguez back in the shotgun, has Castellanos to his left and Sandoval to his right. Ball handed off to Sandoval, who's chipping away and keeps going, chopping his feet and doesn't want to go down, and is finally taken down in the 3-yard line. Gain of 14 for Sandoval. Had about 4 Cardinals trying to drag him down, but he just would not. So ball gets all the way to the Cardinal 2-yard line as Santa Maria is looking to punch it in once again. Rodriguez in the shotgun, still has Sandoval and Castellanos to his right and his left. Rodriguez looks like he's going to let that play clock tick down to the final seconds before calling the snap. Ball is snapped, handoff to Sandoval, who finds his way for the touchdown. Touchdown, Cougars. Sandoval. So Gus Sandoval comes into the game to do some clock management, and on his way of doing that, picks up himself about 60 yards on that drive alone in a matter of about 4 or 5 plays, and then gets himself a paycheck of a touchdown for all his hard work. Waiting for the extra point now. It's up, and it's good. First half of football, we saw 1 touchdown, which was a Nathaniel Rodriguez pass to Bernie Castellanos. Come out for the second half of football, and the Cougars have put up 4 touchdowns. Nathaniel Rodriguez for the touchdown run. Then we had a QB keeper by Jesse Ortiz. Eric Castellanos got himself some love on a TD run. And now Gus Sandoval finds himself a touchdown run. So 4 touchdowns in the second half of football for the Cougars. 2:41 left in tonight's ball game. Ball's going to come back to the Cardinals. And I'm more than sure Coach Bettis and his coaching staff is going to play to the final whistle. So they're looking to find something, to put something on the board. Back to receive, Manuel Solis and Joel Almanza. Santa Maria getting ready to kick the ball away after the Sandoval touchdown. Kick is up. Looks like it is going to be able to come back for a run. Joel Almanza for the short return of about 15. So the Cardinals will get the ball back with 2:33 left in our ball game, hoping to put something on the board. Give credit to the Santa Maria defense. It's been stingy tonight. But we also have to keep in mind, you know, we have some young talent on the La Villa side that has potential. They just couldn't put it together. So J.C. Ortiz stays at the QB, has himself a trips left formation, looking for somebody to throw to. Flags on the play, whistles blown. Looks like a Cougar offsides for a 5-yard penalty. Ortiz back in the shotgun. He's ready now. Same formation as the play before. Drops back, gives a pump. He's looking like he wants to look deep, and it's a nice throw to the receiver, but it's picked off. Picked off but dropped. Intended receiver was number 7, Rivera. And number 13 for Santa Maria, Albert Riyad, had himself what could have been an interception to close this game off, but on the way down, falls out of his hands. Incomplete pass. Ortiz wants to take another shot. Ortiz rolls out to the left, looking for a receiver down the field, plants his feet, ball's up. It's a nice throw. He may have found something. He finds number 14 down the field. So a big-time throw and a big-time catch for Christopher Cardoza. J.C. Ortiz showing his arm for La Villa. Finally makes a connection. And as I said, I told you Coach Bettis and his coaching staff was going to play to the whistle. If anything, down 36, you just say, you know what, guys, let's go get ourselves some respect. Let's keep playing hard, and let's put something on the scoreboard. So big-time play there and big-time arm of Ortiz finds himself his receiver, Cardoza, for the big gain. Ortiz steps back once again. Cardoza with the catch and is brought him down. He brought down quickly and immediately by number 57, Rudy Flores. Cardoza loses about 4. 57 seconds left in the game. 2nd and 14. Cardinals call a timeout. This is Real Sports Live coming to you from La Villa High School. Want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Remember to like, share, and follow us on Real Sports Live, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We'll be back after this timeout.
Red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-Up, 3-Down Fishing Tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way.
Ball is snapped, falls back, throws the ball up in the air, and it is intercepted by the Cougars. Ortiz drops back, looks for a receiver. Heavy pressure, ball thrown up in the air, and it is picked off by the Cougars. With 47 seconds left in the game, Ortiz tries to look deep, and they try to get something going. Too much pressure on the QB. Give credit to the Santa Maria defense tonight that has been stingy. And like I said in our pregame, we talked about that. 14 returning starters, returning players for Coach Garcia, 8 of them on the defensive side of things. Big games from the Sandoval brothers, or the Sandoval boys over on Santa Maria side. Flores played a great game defensively. He was all over the field. Joaquin was all over the place defensively, giving fits to the Cardinals tonight. Joaquin Sosa, Rudy Flores, the Sandoval boys, Gus and Marcos. Those are the big-time players that came out tonight, and they were mentioned. And sure enough, those guys stepped up. Clock ticks away, 20 seconds. They're going to let the clock run out, and they're going to call this a game. We have 36-0, and it was a pleasure calling tonight's game over in La Villa. Great people here in La Villa. I want to thank the school district for having Real Sports Live. I want to thank everybody that helped bring us out here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But like I was saying tonight, the second half of this game, it just blew up. The offense for Santa Maria just came to life. The run game between Nathaniel Rodriguez, Ortiz, and Castellano, they just did a great job offensively. Give credit to the offensive line. It seemed like they got things going in the second half as well. Where La Villa's very young, very, very young team, still looking to find their groove. And once again, this is a non-district game, so it was more of a pride thing. And from I read from the research, this is Santa Maria's first win in La Villa or against La Villa in over 10 years. So, this has been a rivalry that's gone back and forth. Great teams, great coaches, Coach Perez, Coach Garcia. I know they're going to have their boys ready for district, and I'm sure they're excited for the upcoming district season to come. So once again, we want to thank you guys for listening to Real Sports Live. Remember, every Friday night, try to find your favorite team, your home team, whatever it may be. We're going to try to get you the feed that you guys need. Thank you for listening tonight. Real Sports Live from La Villa, Texas. Like, share, follow, and thanks for having us tonight. Everyone have a great one.